presented by EA Sports. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be our visitors taking on our home team. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys not doing too hot. Losers of 7 of their last 9. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. The snow continuing to pile up at game time. And off we go here in Anchorage. Nice footwork at the 25. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4 quarterback.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 11 carries, 56 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a quarterback sneak. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the southpaw, who will be calling the plays under center.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. That's about all he did, right? Yeah. 3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Right back to him on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers for him from a week ago. 17 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
Now a first carry here for the running back. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That's taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. brings up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When you look at this defense,
this unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
and I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He'll look to throw. He's going to walk on deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And on now is the punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
This offense making its way back out, led by their wide receiver. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw. Fighting through pressure. But now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And shutting him off, now open field.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. When you look at this defense,
They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
First down, Houston.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and
10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
12 yards there and a 1st down.
First down, Houston.
The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, and said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the first.
Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he works 3. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
So nice run there, but negated by the illegal block in the back.
Yeah, and on that type of a play as a receiver, you just want to kind of hold your guy up on the outside, do a little stalk blocking with him. But this time, got a little too aggressive, and out came the flag.
He's into space past the 25.
And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it, took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Nice little juke.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Houston's offense taking over again.
And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Underneath, caught by Anderson, the tight end. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. Second and 4. Pressure comes and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And that is incomplete.
So many times we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. Here's the Anchorage offense back out now. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I have said who of them did not because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Being chased out left. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15.
Offense.
So the penalty there for a block in the back.
And that's one where you normally see a blocker put his hands up right away to say, no, I didn't do it. But this time, yes, you did.
And now a
This is picked up by the defense. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
And now out comes Houston.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Underneath, caught by Anderson, the tight end.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Back to throw here. Wide open receiver, complete. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. In motion, the tight end. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate. Here's the 2nd and 7. He's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll drop to throw. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Now back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Anchorage offense back out now.
And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down.
And a loose tackle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's Rivers.
And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up third and
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well of time there. And now fourth down.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
They bring their punter out there now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield, too.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
complete to number 1. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Houston.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here.
3 yards to go.
They'll look to throw again.
That is caught.
And he's got this down to the 35. And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
Gain of 16 yards. First down, Houston.
Off the RPO, he completes it. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's second down.
Gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
So a tight one so far, 1-point game at the break as we check in with Scott Hansen in our halftime report. Scott.
Okay, Brandon, thank you, and welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen in Orlando, where it almost never snows. These two teams dealing with the light dusting, and that's expected to go on into the second half. Who handles it better? Let's go back out to the stadium and check in with our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, right, Scott, thank you. The snow is continuing to trickle down here as we ready ourselves for the second half to follow. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
They go play action here on first down. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
2nd and 14. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game.
So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down. Back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Still going. They can't stop him. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. 53 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8.
All right, Scott, thank you. The snow is continuing to trickle down here as we ready ourselves for the second half to follow. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
Up past the 30, second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll set up to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 66 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
First down, Houston.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
2nd and 5.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7. First down, Houston.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards there and a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's the Anchorage offense back out now. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
In fact, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Right back to him on first down. That's about as exciting of a 1-yard run as you're going to see. Finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler, but again, just 1 yard out of it. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Down the left sideline. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point splits the uprights, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. All right, Scott, thank you. The snow is continuing to trickle down here as we ready ourselves for the second half to follow. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Oh, a solid stiff arm and some open field. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 112 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well. Because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
2nd and 3. Underneath, caught by Anderson, the tight end. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
First down, Houston.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd down at the 3-yard line.
On the ground, they go with Young. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They're going to look to throw. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack. And it's going to lead him to 4th down. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports, as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. And his kick here is good. And that lead is back down to 9 now.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The home team's offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show, as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 8 yards to go.
He'll look to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So they bring out their punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. gets loose. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this one is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want it in with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
They'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. Play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick six, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense, everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Second and 2. Underneath, caught by Anderson, the tight end. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. They went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A big-time sack there on 4th down. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone.
Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively.
Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd down at the 17-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. And he fends him off. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, able to avoid him. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Houston set to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Under pressure, they got him again. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
2nd and 13. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Well, backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
And it's 3rd.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. That's caught right side by Anderson. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st down, Houston.
Back to throw again. And this is going to be intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And he's been the focal point of this offense. And when you get a performance like this, you can almost invariably add that the offensive line play has also been stellar. And that's definitely been the case here.
And he'll stretch out only about a yard up to the 32. 2nd and 9 now. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, CD, you understand what they were thinking there, obviously. They're down big, just looking for anything to grasp onto. But what happens is they throw the pick six, the lead gets even bigger, and that kind of feels like the exclamation mark on a very impressive victory here.
And that's where you can see things really start to snowball, right? A lot of mistakes being made. They're down big. Now they're trying to get back into it. That gives those defenders more opportunities to take advantage of even more errant throws and extend this big lead.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss.
Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Looking to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
An 8-yard pickup.
Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 38-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now back to throw. They shakes it off.
Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line.
Well, this offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB.
Oh, nice move. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.